Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech, the
Number one tech morning show in the world.
and it is that time of the morning. Okay, Tech Coach Ralph, you got me. I gotta put some music in there. So something just to get us going on this day, this amazing Monday. So excited that you're rocking with us again. Hope y'all feeling good out there in these tech streets. How you feeling, brother?
Oh man, I'm feeling great. Feeling great. A little sleepy, but all good in the neighborhood for sure.
Nice,
How you
nice,
feeling,
nice.
man?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm just like I'm just waking up. I'm just waking
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But I honestly really can't. I really can't complain. I really can't complain. We are so excited and happy to have you with us right now. We're basically running this show back with our brother Trey. He's back in the building. Last week we had Tech Coach Ralph in the building, and I didn't want to steal your thunder. I wanted to give you an opportunity to share why you were not here. And so, if you feel kind enough to let the people know why you weren't here, then I'll give you your stage, brother. I'll give you your
Oh,
stage.
bro, that would have been no problem, man. You should have did it. You should have let them know. I heard you last week. I heard you. I was like, oh, he should have just said it. No, it's all good, man. Yeah, basically, I was out last week because I had a kid. I had a kid, the only one.
Another one was the one I don't know
Well,
of.
it's because I have a goddaughter, and that's always been my baby right there. And I always say she's my first one, but yeah, I had one for sure, the first one, and that was yeah, it was an interesting week, man. It was an interesting week nonetheless, definitely adjusting.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, man, I see a little bit, kinda why you got as many as you do, man. Why you got as many as you do. Man, this is a great thing right here.
They're a joy, right? They're a
Yes.
joy. Yeah, no, they really are a joy, and it's one of those things that um, it just makes you realize, man, life is worth living just a little bit more because of them. So congratulations to you, man. Congratulations to you and your wife on the precious gift that you were given, man. And what up, Jay? We got J Lo on Instagram. I appreciate you for stopping by. Let us know where you're stopping by from, especially if you're new. I'm surprised Mitch isn't here to say, "Hey, I'm new here." But yeah, definitely let us know where you're stopping by from in the comment section below. We have a lot to talk about today, and we're going to be talking about various subjects. But first things first, we're going to actually start off by saying go ahead, and if you have not already done so, like, comment, and subscribe below. You see the Talk That Tech show. We want you to make sure that you get a chance to catch the archives of those episodes in the past that you probably missed because you were sleeping or you were doing something else in the morning and you couldn't make it. We got those for you below at Talk That Tech show. So definitely, if you love the show, support it by subscribing it, liking it, and commenting as well. And listen, y'all, I've been keeping up with the Olympics a little bit. It's hard to when you're working during the day, but you catch highlights later. What I wanted to ask y'all, what was like a wow moment for you thus far at the Olympics? Because there's quite a few different stories that are ones that are like, "Woo, this is amazing." But I wanted to ask y'all, what did you think? What are some thoughts or questions or even moments that you're like, "Man, this right here, this is iconic." So let me know in the comment section
Hmm.
below, and I'll put it up like always. So while they're doing that, I wanted to start off by saying, for me, it's actually something I got a chance to catch this morning. It's someone who is started cycling her Olympic sport about maybe 7 years ago.
Okay.
She was a venture capitalist before. She did other stuff like swimming and things like that in college. Christine Lochner, I believe that's her name. What up, Brody Rock? We got Brody Rock, Body Rock on Instagram. Body Rock D8. Thank you so much for stopping by. Um, but yeah, so she basically what happened was the story allegedly is that she somebody from her team couldn't make it. They couldn't do it. And so she was planning to do another event altogether, and she just basically filled in. So again,
Dang.
venture capitalist. Started like 7 years biking. She got an Olympic team for an event. Person that basically was supposed to do it fell out or couldn't do it, and she filled in. And then she ended up winning gold. She ended up winning gold
That's
by a
crazy.
margin. So like that is like I think about KG who says everything is possible. Like it
Yeah,
was one of
nah,
those
for real.
moments. It's one thing to
Yeah, that
win,
right there is crazy.
yeah, but by the sighting margin too, like she was just like she like wait, she probably drinking water and chilling and talking to people while she was waiting for the others to come in.
Dude,
Like it literally was one of those things where it's like, man, it's never too late. It's never too late. So yeah,
I gotta go back and watch that. That's one of the ones that I don't even watch. Cycling.
yeah,
I don't even click on it, right? But but for a story like that, I will. You know, I
yeah.
don't know, man. I like watching a bunch of different ones and just checking them out. This year, anyways. Normally, I stick to my few, and that's it. Don't care about none of the other ones, unless it's the USA and we're winning a medal. Um, but I will say this year I opened, a few more. And but to get back to your question, I don't know, bro. I would say maybe it is the St. Lucia lady,
Oh
uh
yeah.
just destroying Shakira Richardson. But the because that's our local person here. I'm in DFW
Oh
here in
yeah.
Texas. Yeah.
That's a girl.
But yeah, man. But it was crazy the way she did it. I mean, apparently St. Lucia is like it makes Jamaica look huge, But
Yeah.
for her to come in, and she just looked focused, like the whole like semifinals, finals. Like there was not a lot of talking going on. She was like, "I'm here for business. I'm about to put in this
Yeah.
work, and I'm getting it done." So I don't know. That one was one for me.
Yeah, no, no. Honestly, I think all the St. Lucian people were probably losing their minds, and it was almost like we always, as a Caribbean folk, at least culturally speaking, we always support one another. Um, but yeah, this was definitely one of those moments. It's like, oh my goodness, she came in with a blaze of glory. I'm gonna go to the comment section real quickly because we got Mitch in the building. He said, "Hello, all. I'm new here."
We know,
The
we know.
new tagline. And then we got Crystal is in the building. She said, "Yo, top," and she said, "Yo." She actually was watching that game as well. She said, "Good morning, family." She wasn't
Good
on my
morning.
radar. She says,
Me
and
either.
I'm a track girly. Well, I knew about her only because they talked about her minutes before. So like it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
she was like she won it in like inside track and field, I believe, doing the fastest time, the ones that she participated in. But everybody was just kind of like, hey, Shakira. And then Shelly Ann
Hmm.
Fraser. Unfortunately, that was a situation where,
Yeah.
yeah, both of them got kind of messed up because of that,
I
where
don't
their
even
rules
know.
would change.
I didn't. I never got back to go and see if they even said what happened with her, or if she just, she was like, I'm done. What was it?
Mm.
Do we know?
No, oh yeah, so I'll definitely go into that in a moment. I know Crystal just said
Okay.
I saw her in college and she won, but I forgot about her. Oh wow, so she did see
Ah,
her. Oh, okay, yeah, something fishy with that too, Crystal. Basically, what happened was their last. So Shikari, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing her name wrong, correct. But basically, Shikari and Shelly Ann Fraser, they were not staying in the Olympic Village. They were staying separate from the rest of the team. And the Olympic Village, if you're staying there, there's a bus that transports you from the village to where the games are played. And so they were not participating in that. They were not there, none of the above. And so when
none of
they
the
got there,
shenanigans that
yeah,
normally
basically,
happen inside of the village.
yeah. So they basically like, listen here. We stayed with our own accommodations. That unfortunately last minute was changed to say that if you are going to do that, you got to go walk almost what was it, an hour away? I can't give amount of time, but walk a period away just to kind of like check in or whatever the case may be, and then walk back. So they missed up warm ups and stuff. And Shillian's like, I ain't going for this. This is not how this is how we do things. But
Yeah,
remember, it
that's
was like Shikari's,
the
yeah, it was like her first interview with Shikari. So she's like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going. Crystal says because how did Shikari get in, but Shelly did it if they were both held up at the gate. I think that they actually, if you saw the video, they were held up together. Um,
Yeah,
Shikari was sitting on the floor, and she was just she was mad quiet. And then Shelly Ann was talking to the bus driver like, "Yo, what is going on? They're not letting us in." So I think what happened was, Shelly Ann Fraser probably like, "I've been here, done that. I ain't listen.
girl,
I medaled at
Matt.
every single race I was a part of. If y'all could do this to me, I'm good." But this was Shikari's
Yeah,
first time, so she's like, I guess Shikari was like, "Listen, I'm not gonna get a chance to warm up, but I'm gonna still
yeah,
do it." And she came in second. Um,
yeah. She came in second for sure.
yeah, both times I believe.
Yo, that's
Correct me if I'm
crazy. I
wrong.
didn't realize that. I wouldn't have did it either, man. It's like, man, I got the Richard Mille on my wrist when I'm running. You know what I mean? You see this hair color, you see it flying. If y'all don't want my presence here, it's obvious because I'm not about to walk an hour. I'm not about to walk an hour to get like that's where you gotta listen, man, preferential treatment. Somebody gotta
Mm.
go in my spot, go sign in for me as Shelly, and then I'm coming on. I'm about to go ahead and get on this track. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm about to catch a helicopter back to where I was staying, and I'm about to watch this thing on the couch.
Yeah, no, and
Uh,
Sharika, that's right. Crystal said it here too. Sharika dropped out of the 200, so it was
that's
definitely
crazy, bro.
yeah. People come to watch these athletes every
Yeah,
4 years run this race, something that they've been doing, preparing for the time in between. And I believe this was supposed to be Shelly Ann's last go at it. So it's like, man, somebody said somebody's getting fired. But
yeah.
it was definitely one of those things where it's like, listen, she's like the person to run this race, besides Shikari and others, of course. But the fact that they did not do that, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's not cool.
That's wild, bro. I can't believe
That's not
that.
cool. Um, so, but it all worked out, and I'm so glad for St. Lucia. That was their first medal, I think, ever from Julian Alfred. That one that she did in the 100 meters.
Yeah,
So
bro.
she's gonna get a statue somewhere. I don't know where it's
Oh,
gonna be,
oh,
but she's
dude,
gonna get a statue.
dude. She is forever like she is goaded forever.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So she's not gonna pay for anything anywhere she goes on the island. But what
Hmm.
about the relay for Jamaica? Okay. About what about the relay for Jamaica? I gotta actually, you gotta tell me about that because I wasn't able to watch it. So if you let me know in the chat, I might go check out the highlights after this. But definitely try to chat about that for sure. But listen, y'all, we're gonna keep the show rolling because we got some stuff to talk about today. And I'm so glad that everybody is here with us right now. And so go ahead, like Crystal's doing, comment in the show, and we'll definitely put it up, especially if you're on LinkedIn and YouTube land. Sorry, Instagram. If you say something though, I will see it. Like fueled by doubt. Glad you're here. If you say something, I will see it and I'll talk about it. But unfortunately, I cannot display on the screen here. But right now, we're gonna get right to it with the first.
Let's get it.
Oh, brother, I'm gonna let you talk about it first because I'm laughing a little
Yeah,
bit. But yeah,
yeah. No, so we're talking about the Olympics, so we might as well just run right into this one here. I know if y'all were watching the Olympics for any period of time, then y'all were seeing the just the onslaught, like just back to back to back of these AI ads, like ads about some companies' AI and how it can do whatever, right? Like, I mean, it was a lot of them. Like, it was so many. I was like, oh, they for real about this. They trying to get their message out here. Anyways, one of those companies that were doing that was Google.
mm,
Who knew? We don't see Google often, but Google had one, and it was their Gemini ad. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Gemini, it's their AI like personal assistant that they have created, right? Which you probably should know about them already. But anyways, they actually faced some criticism because the AI ad, it was aired during the Olympics, and the ad was featuring basically a little black girl, and it was a dad talking, right? He was voiceovering, and he was helping the girl, or Gemini was helping the girl write a letter, a fan letter to the hurdler Sydney McLaughlin. I can't remember how to say her last name. Leveron. Somebody help me out in the comments. But anyways, it was supposed to be helping the little girl write a letter to her, showing how, how much she admired her and how she was going to be like her when she grew up, all that kind of stuff. Well, the criticism came, and it came because people were saying that, AI is gonna take them out, right? It's like, yo, this is supposed to be a personal act, right? When we're writing letters, that's supposed to be personal. Yeah, and that's the ad right there, guys. And so the dad is voiceover and everything. But it said, hey, writing a letter is supposed to be personal. They're supposed to be able to use your creativity to be able to do this. And so it just raised a whole lot of concerns about relying too much on AI and diminishing the human expression.
Hmm.
And basically, at first, Google came back, right? They shot back like, "Yo, we spent a lot of money on this ad. Ain't no way we about to take this down." No, I'm playing. They didn't say that. Really, they were just like, it's more or less supposed to give you a starter. Like we're showcasing how it's giving you a starter to a great letter, and then you add your personal human expression in there. And whoever the people are, like uh they were like, nah, we ain't having it. And so they ultimately Google, they took it down. They went ahead and pulled the ad because of the public crying. Basically, they
Yeah,
were crying.
yeah, I heard, but and I also was looking into that, and I saw that basically what Gemini said is like, here's a draft of what you could write to Dear
Hello.
Sydney, right? And so
Hello.
that's that. I think those are little critical things that we could think about. Is like, listen, okay, yes, you can. Yes, I admit, like when you're a child, you want to make sure you're doing creative writing and things of that nature. Uh, but it did say draft. So the way I look at it is, okay, Gemini was basically, at least the ad was presenting, like Gemini could help you with the thought process of creating something, cultivating, crafting your words better, and things of that nature, so that you can present the best idea that you want to present versus kind of having it, because we're so, I mean, back in the day, we're really kind of used to even like just everything being copy that we create and spelling errors and all. But
Yeah.
nowadays, it's getting so competitive that, and this is different, of course. This is a letter to a specific, artist. But even think about work wise, like if somebody who is not using AI tools right now, they're behind the eight ball because everybody's using certain tools either to be efficient or to be productive in
Exactly.
regards to what they put out there. And so if you're not utilizing it, I think the point of what it's saying is that we could partner with AI a bit more, but I think a lot of people are still kind of concerned, and understandably so. They have a new movie coming out. We could probably talk about it called Afraid, and then literally they highlight AI in the word afraid to talk about how it
Oh,
can take over our life. Spoiler alert: we're gonna get into that probably soon when it comes out. But in regards to now, like when this conversation, y'all put in the chat what y'all think about it. Use it as a tool. That's what I was, as
yeah.
Crystal said it. She just said it. Yes, use it as a tool. It does not replace creativity or thoughtfulness, but then it's like
Uh-huh.
it's a partner in it. Like the way I use it as like a, with my cold emails at work. Okay, great. This is what I'm looking to say, but I would even say, nah, this is not cool. So I'll change things out. And like,
Yeah.
it's a partnership. So I think that's what they were trying to get across. But because it was a little girl and she's writing to somebody that she cares about, they thought that it was allowing her not to use her thought process, which I kind of get. If you're a
Man.
little girl, you want to try the best, or a little child, I should say, you want to try your best to be creative in what you're saying and utilize that utilize those skill sets. Because what's going to happen when you get older? You're going to be like, I don't even know how to write. I don't even know how to put a sentence together because I've been using AI all my life. So
Well,
I see what people are saying.
I do too, but at the same time, I think they took it too far. Like these
Mm,
are probably really old people. These are
yeah,
old people who they're mad. Okay, they are salty that they, even though they still have the chance to use it right now, if they're able to see that ad and they're able to see what's going on in the world, you
yeah.
still have time to use it. Like you still can. Don't be salty because this little girl is gonna have a longer amount of time with it than you. And you know, here's the thing, bro. I was talking with my wife, and I was like, "Yo," I was saying, "This is probably what I don't know. I was too young, but this is probably what was happening when the World Wide Web was coming around,
Yeah.
right? Oh no, they can look up stuff and it's gonna find it for them instantly. I got all these Britannica books. I can't even think of the name of the books, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The
Britannica
books with all the
encyclopedia.
information. Yeah, the encyclopedia, Britannica encyclopedias. I got all these. I used to have to go through all these books page by page, and they were mad and salty. It's gonna take over everything. They're not gonna think for themselves. And look what's happened 30 years later, 20 years later, right? We're using it every single day.
Yeah.
And no, we're still able to think for ourselves. We still have to type in the words that we're wanting to pull up from Google or wherever you search. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing. And I think it's going to be the same thing with this as well. Like, yes, it's going to be a huge part of like what we do going forward. But I feel like those are people who are just wanting to hold on to how they had to do something instead of embracing what's changed and what's new and what's coming. Like now, yes, I have an outline that I can get pulled up instantly from AI so that I can write the best letter possible to
Hmm.
Sydney McLaughlin LeBron.
Yes.
And yes, you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
So
But hey,
it's one of those things.
yeah, keep letting us know what you want, what you talk about in the chat for sure.
Uh-huh.
Crystal said, "Lord, lot an encyclopedia. We telling our age." And I remember playing with my mom typewriter. Oh yes, typewriters. That
Yeah, that's wild.
man,
That's
wind up
wild.
that
So
thing.
same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh
Computers
man.
came around. Um, no typewriter. No, that's the devil's work. You should be able to put that ink in there. You got to learn how to put the ink in when it slides all the way across, push it back. If you mess up, rewrite the whole thing. Like,
Yes.
come on, man. And it's so funny. You know, I want to call this uh selective outrage. That's what I
Yes.
want to call it. Shout out to my pastor. It was one of his messages a couple weeks ago. But selective outrage, I'm gonna use it here. Nobody like they're talking about how it's making it a lot easier now, but I don't see anybody going back to use a scrub board for a washing machine.
That's true.
Like you're using a washing machine, go back to a scrub board if you don't want stuff to move forward.
Yeah. And I think it's a,
Go put a wire and hang the stuff that's in the washer, hang it and let it air dry. If you like,
clothesline.
yeah, stop it, man.
Yeah, no
Stop
worries.
it.
I think it's definitely one of those conversations that are going to keep on recurring with different things. But hey, listen, people don't like change, right? But we're gonna have to change and go to our bulletin board right now. Bulletin board is our subject, or our I would say our segment within a segment. This segment is powered by Black Tech Global, your premier directory for upcoming tech events. So visit blacktechglobal.com for more. And y'all, listen, if you guys are loving the show, go ahead and continue to like, comment, and share with others. Honestly, I think that's a great way to help us move this forward. And Crystal said it herself. She said, "It's my coworker. AI is my coworker. Thank God for AI. Shoot, I really believe my professor is AI. Wait, wait until that's a reality." Oh, that's
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
So true, though. So true. So we're gonna rip and run with this right now. Right now, the first one we have here. This is going to be Squad Con, and if you are familiar with Squad Con, great. If you're not, then this is a perfect opportunity for you to get familiar with Squad Con. This is happening August 7th to the 8th. This is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Costs about $150. But if you're into this world in regards to hacking and cybersecurity, definitely check out SquadCon for yourself. Again, this is happening very, very soon. So that's something you want to probably look into as well. Then we have what's going on with National Sales Network Conference 24. This is August 7th to the 9th in Houston, Texas. Cost is about $800 for this event, but it has a lot of stuff going on. It's, again, a multiple days. So you want to check that out for yourself if that is something of interest to you. Customer sales experience as well. This is CS World. So definitely look into that if that is in your alley. Next, we do have funding, BTS Lunch and Learn funding mechanisms and strategies. Some of these events we actually talked about last week, so it's good to kind of get a refresher. This is happening the 9th, this Friday, And it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Free admission. It's actually virtual, so you have no excuse. Definitely check that out if that's something that you're interested in. This is for early stage ventures, startups, and small business tech companies. All right, so that's your lane. Check that out there for yourself. And then we have coming up as well, Diversitech. This is happening in Philly. It's going to be happening this Friday, the 15th. So look into that if that's in your area. They have it multiple days, but again, this is Thursday, August 15th next week at 6 p.m. in Philadelphia, PA. If you are part of Diversitech this year, you know that it's a great event and they have a lot of stuff going on. So if you could be part of the Connect event, that's a great way to be connected within your city. Again, it's about 0 to 10. Oh, Resume Bay right there in the cut. So we got family in the cut there. Definitely check that out for yourself as well. And we have, I'll say one more or two more, I would say, that we have here. We have the Black Tech Mixer Series. This is happening the 24th. And this is going to be on Only South Lake Union. This is in Seattle, Washington. This event about $35 to $60 here. You definitely could look at it for yourself, though. But again, this is an opportunity to mix with others and socialize. Okay, we got Aurice in the building. What up, Aurice? So glad you're here with us, rocking it, rocking it. Awesome. And so, yes, we definitely want to make sure that y'all are aware of the different events that we have. And there's one more event that I want to pull up here. It's basically going to be an event it's like a connect event, but through Afro Tech. So this event is going to be happening around the same time, the 15th, and it's happening in Seattle, Washington. So if you are in the Seattle, Washington area, $10 for this event as well. I went through an Afro Tech event. I thought it was a great opportunity. The one that they had here in Newark. So definitely, if this is something that you are interested in, definitely do it. And the reason why I'm letting you know now, because there are a few tickets left. So we definitely want you to take advantage of us. And that is it for the bulletin board. Again, powered by Black Tech Global. So visit blacktechglobal.com for more in regards to the amazing events that are happening. Trust me, you have a good time. There'll be no violations across the board. Unfortunately, there was one considered by the DOJ, Department of Justice, in regards to TikTok. But I'll let my brother Trey talk about that one as we continue the show.
Yes, indeed. So it looks like TikTok is back in the news as of late last week, and it's a little different this time, but same thing. They're trying to get them out of here, y'all. So TikTok is facing TikTok is facing child privacy violation allegations, and really it boils down to the role of social media companies and their job or their Mm, basically them having to safeguard children's privacy
Hmm,
and the imbalance between the both. So the U.S. Department of Justice, right, the DOJ has filed a lawsuit against TikTok and the parent company ByteDance, and so the lawsuit is alleging that violations of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act has happened. And so basically, what they're saying is they're accusing TikTok of illegally collecting data from children under 13
hmm,
without parents' consent.
hmm,
And so, yeah, so, and that, I guess it allegedly violated a 2019 FTC settlement by continuing these practices.
hmm,
So they're going after TikTok again. They're saying even in kids mode, TikTok allegedly collected personal information from children and failed to honor parental data deletion requests.
hmm.
So they're just out here um, wild west in it. Like they're keeping everything. Like no, we know what we said. We know the button is supposed to do this, but we ain't doing it.
Ooh,
And
that's not good.
here's what yeah, I know, right? Here's what TikTok is saying. They're saying that TikTok is disputing those allegations. They're saying that they relate to the past practices that have been addressed. So they're basically saying y'all are talking about stuff that has already happened in the past, and we've already fixed that. They claim to be committed to protecting children's privacy. So
Hmm.
and just to give a little detail into what happened in the past, basically that earlier version. I don't know if y'all remember when TikTok was called Musical Lee, right? But when it was basically in 2019, they were ordered to pay $5.7 million in a civic penalty because of them taking children information from children that were 13 under 13, and then they were ordered to remove those accounts of users who actually were unidentified age. But they didn't do that. They didn't delete the child accounts and the information that their own employees and systems identified were, under 13. They didn't do that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, they're back in it. They're back in it. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah. And I always find, I mean, first of all, let me just talk about the subject in mind. What that you mentioned is just the fact that this is old news. I'm glad that they fixed that up, because I was going to say, if they have not fixed it up, then that's a problem. That's a problem, because I mean, I remember us being young and dumb. We would do all sorts of stuff online by, and not like in a sense of like talking too much about certain things, and so a kid may not know exactly what that is. And I find it interesting though, because the same CEO of TikTok, he said himself, like, his children don't, his kids don't have the app. Like, he doesn't allow them to have the app. So
Yeah.
there,
Go
this is
figure.
where, yeah, I know, right? It's that if he doesn't let them use the app, then we have to question, what are we going to do? We got that well chick in the building. Hold up, stop the presses. That well chick in the building said, I finally made y'all live. Yes,
What's
listen,
good,
she's
Paris?
actually an OG. She was with us when we were on Instagram only. So she is royalty here. So thank you so much for stopping by, Paris. We definitely appreciate having that well chick in the building. An OG listener, for
Perry,
sure.
Perry,
Paris,
gracing us,
Paris.
gracing us with her presence.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
that.
You must have everybody talking your name right now. So yeah, with the Olympics, so everybody, so you must have been like, stop saying my name. But yes, so glad to have you. So glad to have you on the show. But yeah, in regard on, actually, you know what, girl, if you are on LinkedIn, or you're on YouTube, I'm gonna drop the link to the show. If you have the time, we're gonna be talking about the stock market next. You could come on in, share your thoughts and opinions, because that is your world. So definitely, if you I just dropped the link on my side. But definitely jump on the show for sure. And that's for anybody as well, just to kind of let it be known. We're gonna actually have, like usual, a call-in show. So definitely call into the show if there's anything that resonates with you. Go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to actually put it in here. But yeah, in regards to TikTok, while I do that, I'm glad that they said that, because I remember distinctively the CEO of TikTok saying, "Listen, y'all, my kids don't even use this thing." So I'm so glad that was fixed. But it also kind of puts a little bit on the parents as well, to kind of monitor even more. Maybe there are certain things that our kids can't have. My 9-year old, she has what's it called, Messenger, because there's a kid version of Messenger where you can't really do anything. You only get add a friend if your parent accepts it, things like that. So it's a lot of control on that. But even then, it's like, okay, we have to see everything you do, and so we literally, every time she messages, which is a lot, I see everything that she does. I get the notifications, like she's drawing a lot of pictures, because she could draw pictures in there. But but yeah, I think also the ownership is on a parent as well. And let me know in the chat if I'm tripping. But a lot of the ownership is on a parent as well, to make sure that they are, by making sure that they're not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing, and monitoring the situation.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, man. It's one of those things. Everybody's blaming everybody except for the real person. Like, you see it a lot in schools as well. Like, I understand, you do have as far as you're letting your kid go into the care of the school, like, for majority of that day, but ultimately how your child behaves and all that kind of stuff, like, that should, yeah, hey, that's gonna fall back on you, and you got to take responsibility. And a lot of times we don't see that, right? The parent is like, well, he let him do whatever he wants to do because he's in y'all's class, and that's not the case. And it's the same thing here. I'm with you. They should definitely be spying and on the kid, making sure, hey, this is what's going on here, what you got going on, and not just leaving it up to TikTok. And then when you come across this, right, now you want to be mad. Well, you should have saw that from day one. So I don't want to hear it. Uh, you should have saw it from day one, because you should know what your kid is on. But
Yeah.
nonetheless, this is where we are. So I don't know what they're trying their best to take them out, man.
They are.
They're trying their best to take them out. But I do find it interesting what you said.
Yeah.
The CEO of TikTok says their kid is not even on it. And then I watched a documentary. I can't even remember the name of it. I think it was called Social something, I think. But either way, what you'll find is a lot of those CEOs of those social media companies, they don't
Hmm.
even let their kids on the platforms.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Yeah.
uh,
I believe it was
well,
said. What was it? Steve Jobs or somebody else that said like, yeah, I don't even have my kid.
no,
There's
recent,
no TV in the room.
way recent, way more recent than that. But yeah,
Yeah.
he was one of them as well, bro. Like seriously, it's one
Yeah.
of those things. So it's like, what do they know that you don't know
Hmm.
about these platforms and the effects on children? I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
And I think also
Mm,
just to kind of go through I'm gonna go to the comment section right there. Crystal has a good comment that I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna talk about, but they also listening to when he was speaking to the DOJ when they were investigating him. They basically said in Singapore there's no 13 or under experience. Everywhere, in other places or other countries that allow it, they use an algorithm called Common Sense that will kind of really restrict what they can do if they're under 13, like 8 or 9 years old. So um, that I gotta read that. That is hilarious. This comment that Chris just said, but yeah, the whole point like is there's other countries that even have restrictions. So forget the parents on a country level, we're not even doing this. So it's just something to examine. If there's people or things that are doing things a little bit differently, we might need to
Yeah,
consider it. Um, uh, and so Crystal said, and yes, it's on the parents to educate ourselves. It exposes them to so much. You have to teach them to be able to respond when you're not around. Social media is a jungle. It is a jungle.
man,
Even on like YouTube Shorts, and sometimes it's not just what's happening on the video, the music even, depending on where your stance is on
for
that,
sure.
can be playing some stuff that you're like, I don't need, I don't want them to listen to this, you know.
It's
Um, and then the Crystal said the CEO of Tyson's Chicken is a vegan, so that says a lot.
one of
Uh,
those things.
that says a lot right there. The Farrah says, "I need that common sense algorithm." Let me tap into that. And you're not alone. That's probably one of the reasons why they want to shut them down. They were a lot of the stuff, the proprietary stuff that they have. They were very interested in. So that is definitely something to consider. But listen, y'all, thank you so much for rocking with us on the show. Oh wait, Crystal said YouTube kids always leave them to regular YouTube, even with parental control. Yes, I actually took off YouTube Kids
Really,
from my phone. I took it
really.
off. Yeah, I took it off my phone altogether because it's just kind of like one of those things that you think you're good, but there's a little bit of stuff there. So I took YouTube Kids off um, a
That's
while ago,
wild.
actually. Yeah, I took it off a while ago. I remember that for sure. But yeah, we're gonna thank you for guys for rocking with us again. I love the I love the comment section. Good to see you, Ferris, in the building. Also,
Yes,
Mitch
indeed.
as well. But yeah, definitely if you can go ahead, like, comment, subscribe to youtube.com at Talk That Tech, if I could talk properly. At Talk That Tech Show. We're gonna keep it rolling today, but we definitely love and appreciate it. Also, if you are a podcast listener, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and give us your best 5-star rating possible, especially if you rock with us. That helps the show go so far. So if you're a podcast listener, do that for us. Go ahead over there and hit us with a nice review so that we could keep this show growing. And that is what else is growing, hopefully, is the Nasdaq after it hit a pretty relative low compared to what we're used to, which is what's called a correction, and we're going to definitely get into that now. But that is pretty much what happened. Was there was a stock market correction. So I'm not gonna lie, I had to do a little research on this because I was like, stock market correction, stock market crash, bear market, like what's exactly what. And so what for my quick research and time that I did, and again, I would love if Paris is here to jump on because it's her world. But in regards to what happened, basically it dropped about 10% low in regards to the amount, in regards to the fallout. Now, where the correction is from a crash is everything above, I believe, that 10%, that 20%, I think, mark and below. That's a crash. So what happens is this is something that is typically what the market will do. It gives kind of people an ideal look at their portfolio and kind of says, okay, this is where you guys probably should be standing according to my research. Again, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Tara says I need a bigger correction. And then because I know why he
Facts.
said that. And then Tech Coach Ralph says, what up, Tech Coach Ralph? If y'all weren't here,
What's
Tech Coach
going
Ralph
on?
was a guest on the show last week. Thank you so much for coming through. It was fun having him on the show while we celebrated, or I should say, our brother Trey celebrated the birth of his new baby. And so we're so excited that you were able to
Yeah.
stay and rock
Yeah,
with us.
appreciate you, Tech Coach Ralph, for filling in, man. He had the hey, he was on vacation too, had the beard nicely edged. I mean, I was like, boy, you got that thing going, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, he says, "Welcome back, Trey. Congrats,
Yeah, he wasn't
congrats."
playing with him down there.
Yeah, he was ready to go. Yeah, man. And so, and then this is what Barris is talking about. That's exactly what's going to go to is shopping season, right? So when a correction happens, the prices drop, right? The stock market, I should say, drops, and everybody's like, is it a time to sell? Whatever. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is what people just said allegedly. Like, yeah, no. So people are like, no, it's time to buy. All right. So
Yes.
let me get into the report here because I do have some notes I
When
want to
it's
share
on
with you.
fire,
It's on
when it's on
fuego.
fire,
Con fuego.
you need to be purchasing up. Not saying that you do. I'm saying this is what they say. You need to be buying stuff up. It's everything is on sale. It's on sale.
Yo, Mitch is hating in the comment section and says, "Stop it, Trey. He doesn't need any congratulations." Well, thank you for saying what you said. He said, "Who had a baby? Congrats." Well, technically, we both did, but I'm not trying to steal
Yeah.
his thunder right now. This is for
Nah,
him.
nah, you
My
good.
baby is like a month and almost a month and a half old right now. His baby
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fresh out the oven. So,
for sure.
so congrats, Trey. Congrats, Joe, on the birth of y'all babies. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
appreciate that. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Paris. I appreciate that as well. But Paris, if you had a moment, you didn't even show your face, but if you want to call into the show, the link is below. I'm going to drop it one more time. And Trey, I think you might have to drop it on yours because she's actually on your side, but I'll put it on here so you can see it,
Let's
y'all.
see.
And go ahead if you want to
Um,
call into the show, right there.
that's funny. Ferris said it's baby season 2. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
They filled the hospital up in that thing, man. I was like, yeah,
yeah.
they were trying to put babies in spaces that didn't even it wasn't for the new parents. I was like, wow, glad we got a real room.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it
She
was
said, "Y'all
maxed
look."
out.
She said, "Y'all look rested." Do you feel
Hey,
rested?
these last couple of days, yes. I've been hitting the cheat code. Okay, she's been sleeping on me, and I've been getting 3.5, 4 hours at a time, versus, you know, 45 minutes, 1 hour, or hour and a half. Hey, it is what it is. I'll figure it out when when I cross that bridge of spoiledness. I hope I don't, but hey, 4 hours straight, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, my oldest daughter is what 9 years old. We have an older son that's 16, but our oldest daughter is like 9. I haven't really had much sleep since for 9 years, so
Dang.
so it's a little different for me. But yeah, thank you so much for telling us we look rested. I definitely
Yeah, I
appreciate
appreciate
that.
that.
But I'm gonna definitely get to the comment section because this is like a little fun family reunion. But I'm gonna hit these points real quickly so that way we can talk about the subject. But basically, Nasdaq enters correction territory. The tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite Index fell into correction territory, like we just talked about, dropping sharply due to economic worries. That's what they say. This was highlighted by a 2.3 decline on Thursday, and then a further 2.4 drop on Friday. Earnings report impact basically key tech companies like Amazon and Intel reported disappointing earnings and guidance, which contributed to the sell-off. Intel stock plummeted by approximately 20%, and and this is after hour trading, so it wasn't like during trading time. It was after hours trading. While Amazon shares fell by 5% after falling to meet analyst expectations. Conversely, Apple reported better than expected earnings, which provided a slight positive offset. Broader market impact was that the downturn in the tech stocks also affected broader market indicators. Like the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped by 345 points, or 0.9% on Friday, while the broader market index decreased by almost 1.4%. So this is just something that people are looking into. But I'm going to go back to Ferris's comment. She's Paris said, I wish I could join the chat, but yes, it's our time to go buy the best opportunity, which is what Faris said earlier. He's like, listen, I wish that it was a bit more of a correction. Shopping season around the corner. He's basically trying to get it in right
Yes.
when he can, but it's a good time, especially if you're prepared for this moment financially to move forward. Not my advice. I just said, this is what I'm hearing in the streets. I'm not giving
Just tell
financial
him
advice.
this is what Warren Buffett said. This is what he
This is
said.
what the
Okay,
art. This is what the
not
article.
us.
This is the research and the articles. That's what they're saying. So that's something that if you have any idea of, let us know in the comment section below. Yeah, and Farrah says I'm extra dusty. I need to expect on to hop on. LOL, LOL, my new camera soon. New camera soon. He said, okay, no worries. In your words, Intel has been going in the wrong direction for a while. And then Mitch says, in your words, it's only 15%. Oh man, this is it's quite the experience. It's quite the situation, right? Um, in these moments, it's like being prepared is key. That's what I was going to say. Preparation, right? If you were part of the show this past Saturday, we had a guest, Alec Wands, who was on the Tech Niche Tip Show, a live interview, and he was basically sharing his basically journey from being an NFL strength trainer into being an AE into tech sales. And one of the things he said that he took with him is preparation, where he said like he wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, do his workouts, do what he need to do so he can start work at 7. Now, technically his clients and everything like that. He's not reaching out to them at 7, but he's doing his research. He's making sure his day's aligned. He's doing emails. He's doing whatever he needs to do at that particular time to set up his day. So Monday through Friday, he is doing that. And so it kind of aligns with this, which is preparation is key. How do you prepare for these moments of opportunity? And this is Paris probably the best person to talk about that. But yeah, how do you prepare for these moments of opportunity when they arise? Because this is an opportunity. Yes, the stock market had a correction, and it's all the stuff that are going on there, right? But who is primed and ready to take advantage of that? And that's the question I wanted to ask everybody today. Are you aware of situations like this? And if so, are you financially ready to take advantage of it? I'm gonna let it pass back to you if you had any comments, and I'm gonna go to the comment section as well.
Yeah, so I mean, and just so the people who don't know, the reason we're even talking about this side of the stock market on this channel is because
Apple.
the Nasdaq has over half of the companies that are in the Nasdaq side are from the tech industry. So this is one that if you're definitely about tech and you like that kind of stuff, that's the side that you're probably on already, or you want to be. But yeah, that's why we're talking about it. There were some heavy hitters that kind of went down. Obviously, Amazon's been killing it for a while, but Intel it fell off a cliff. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. If you're, again, this is Warren Buffett, not us. Um, if I had an opinion, I would never say it on anything at all. But yeah, even if guys, we have if you're in stocks or you're looking to get in there, there's this thing. It's called dollar cost averaging. Because I know you're probably thinking like, oh, well, if I got in and it did this huge drop, like, well, I'm out of there. But that's why most people get out when you're supposed to be getting in, because they're looking at how much of a drop they lost, knowing that it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to last forever. But yeah, but anyway, look into it, guys. If you don't want to do it yourself, talk to your accountant, talk to your specialist, talk to our friend that well chick, aka Paris, to figure out how to do this. Because remember, there are people who know how to make money when it's going up and down. It's called options. You got options in
Yeah.
the stock market, baby. Where they do that at? So, anyways, yeah, that's all I got to say. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because based off of my research, historically speaking, there's usually a big uptick after a correction based off of the research that I did. So, y'all, again, we're not telling you what to do. In fact, Tech Coach Ralph said it best. Nobody's trying to be end up on Pocket Watch with JT. We're
Mm,
just letting you know what we have done a little research on, and the reason why we're talking about it, like Trey said, is because it is connected to the tech industry. And if you are in this industry, it will affect you if you're aware of it or not. Farah said, no doubt, at least one high value skill, liquidity to go in. It's okay to miss out if you're building a skill or getting out of debt. Yes,
That's
it's
true.
know where you're
So
at.
true.
Know where you are at.
Yeah, because one thing is for sure, it's always gonna happen. So I mean, it works just like life. Like in life, there's ups and downs, right? The sun goes up, the sun goes down every day. In the market, there's corrections, and then there's bull runs. So it's always
Mm,
gonna happen. So if you miss this one, there's always another one. It's just a matter of when. So take that time, like Ferris said. Um, uh, get build up a little space to be able to use some ducats in the industry when that time comes, or you can just put I don't know, 10-20 bucks until that time comes every other week, every month, into a specific space, and do that over time, whether it's going up or down. So yeah, either way, definitely do it, right? Because a lot, and one, here's the
mm.
thing: when I say definitely do it, I mean it's not me talking again, but seriously though, there's like life is gonna come whether you're ready or not, and a lot of people, more or less, don't have anything else to fall on, and we're seeing these.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they still have them anymore, but we're seeing like these. What do they call them? Pension plans,
disappeared.
whatever it was called, they're going away. So
Yeah.
there are people who are banking on those. There are people who are banking on Social Security, and I don't know if it's going to be there. So take the time, get the skills to learn how to invest in stuff that you already buy. Right, like if I'm not Mitch, I'm going to have an iPhone. Why not have some stock in Apple so that I can support something that I have, right? If I wear Nike, just start there. Start with the stuff you use. Your kids, I don't know what they watch or what they do, but start with that stuff that you already support and at least become a part owner in that. But anyways, I'm laughing at what I was saying in the in the comment.
Bitch said, "Shake my
That's
head, shake
cold
my
blooded.
head." Oh man, no, this is it's sometimes we gotta it's a good point, great point, great point, great point. Ease yourself into things for sure. Be prepared for what's to come. Forecast. That's the word I'm looking for as well. Forecast the future. Mitch said that's a lot. And now we're going to transition over to our segment. One of our favorite ones is the Brown Box Special, y'all. And so we got a fun story for you here that I want to share with you. This is actually presented by our Reddit of all places. So there's a lot of things on Reddit. And this is one of the things that we're able to find, which is a story that's hilarious. First of all, if y'all have any hilarious stories, you could let us know and send it to us. You can even join and say, allegedly, I heard a story about this person that I never met before, and share it without your cameras on. But yeah, definitely call into the show, and you could feel free to share your stories as well. This is stories of people either being let go, uh, fired for hilarious reasons, because sometimes we need to laugh at our pain. And so this one is about got $2,500 off a car. So story goes, was buying a car, and one of the salesmen at the dealer was arguing with the manager over $50. All
Mm,
glass walls in this place, so I could see everything. Guy walks into the manager's office, slams his fist down on the manager's glass desk, shattering it into a million bits.
mm.
Computer, phone, paperwork, all going flying. Without so much as a flinch while the whole thing happened, the manager, still sitting where his desk used to be, calmly said,
That's cold blooded.
"Get out. Do not come back." Being the only customer there at the time, the manager then apologized for what I witnessed and said he'd knock 2,500 off whatever price. I really, I already, I already haggled my own salesman down to if I continue my business with them, I end up with a nice car for a good price. So basically, he witnessed it all and he benefited from it all at the same time.
Hey,
Uh,
sometimes you're in the sometimes you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sometimes you can be at the wrong place at the right time. I don't know.
At least he didn't witness a crime. More than
That
just
is true.
that. Yeah, vandalism for sure.
I
Destroying
was
the
about to
property.
say, about to say,
But no,
if it was my desk, he witnessed a crime.
it's a crime.
Yeah,
Like
buddy.
we're all going down for this. Accessory to murder. But no. But yeah. So I think that this story is one of those that just kind of shows like, hey, you really can't let your anger get the best of you. You know, I'm gonna go back to that first sentence just to bring clarity. Was buying a car when one of the salesmen at the dealer was arguing with the manager over $50. So he basically lost his job because
Come on,
it
man.
was over $50. Just to put it into
Come on,
context.
dude.
That's why I'm like, listen, y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. There's things, and I heard it the other day. There's a, if you probably heard it as well. Uh, how many seconds are in a day, right? If you know the answer to that, put in the chat in the spot comment section below. But how many seconds are in the day, right? 86,400 seconds in a day. If
Mm,
you had $86,400, right, and somebody took $10 away, would you throw away the rest of the money because it took away 10? You wouldn't. So why throw away the rest of your day when somebody upset you for 10 seconds?
not worth it.
Just not worth it. Just keep it pushing. Paris said,
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say Faris. He said, it's all coming from his paycheck. He played himself. That's true.
That's
Because
a
when that check
fact.
when that check
If
says $5.26, he's like, what happened?
not even. Now you gonna
Not
get a stub, man. You getting a stub. I'm not letting you get nothing because that's probably why the manager was still sitting there. He's thinking, "Oh man, I'm about to get the best glass desk ever. Don't even worry about that. I'm replacing it on your dime. I'm using your whole check.
yeah,
I would have
yes.
still been sitting there too.
Yeah, but
And I'm getting the good Herman Miller chair on your butt. Yeah, I'm getting the upgrade, everything.
Herman Miller chair. Y'all heard it first
Yeah,
here. We going designer now. We going in it. We going in it. uh, oh man. So like, listen, y'all. If y'all have funny stories like these, or interesting stories, or stories that are thought provoking, definitely when it's this time of the show, call into the show. We love to hear your voice. We love to hear your voice. We love to hear your thoughts. Again, you do not have to put your camera on. All you have to simply do is call into the show and let us know your thoughts about any particular subject that we talked about, whether it was track and field earlier or whatever the case may be. We open up the lines for you to call in because it brings a level of spontaneity as well as enjoyment to the show. But y'all, we are coming to the close. Thank you so much for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech. Thank you so much, y'all. I had a blast from the past and bringing back our brother Trey in the building. So glad to have you back, man.
I'm glad to be back. It was only a week, but it seemed like forever. You
It
know,
does.
but man, y'all looked good up there last week, man. Appreciate again, Tech Coach Ralph, for hopping in for me and doing that. Y'all did y'all thing. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you for sure. Glad to have you for sure. So that was again. This is Talk That Tech. Talk That Tech. The
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see
yeah.
y'all next week.
Peace and elbow grease.